behind the scenes with future country rock blues kings and queens. Discover them first with Palm Mash TV. Palm Mash TV.
Well, hello there. It's Paul Mash TV. Time again. Thank you so much for joining us. We've got a great interview coming up in just a moment. But click that subscribe button and bell if you haven't already, and you're always going to get notifications of any new episodes coming your way. And leave a comment on the comment section if you like. We'd love to hear from you. And if you check the credits at the end of the show, you'll see contact info, and check the description out, and that'll have contact info for you there as well. So stay tuned for that. From Franklin, Tennessee, we have Lena Paige with us today. Very talented artist and very awesome artist at that. And I think you're really going to love the song at the end, too. And we'll get to all that in just a second. But first, here's a quick word from the Kate and Gordon Show and also TLC Travel Agency. So don't go away. We'll be right back right after this.
The Caden Gordon Show, today's best country mix, is a 2-hour show playing independent and mainstream country music you know and love. Be sure to check it out at thecadengordonshow.com for more information on the show.
Ever thought about owning your own business? Tanya Lapsley-Cockett did. She decided a little over 5 years ago that she was going to be an entrepreneur, so she started her travel business. Tanya is married and works a full-time job. Her business has given her amazing opportunities. Not only does she get to help people create memories by booking their vacations, sporting and entertainment tickets, rental cars, etc., but it has also allowed her to help other families create legacy income. The travel industry is extremely lucrative and is an $8 trillion industry. The travel industry is projected to earn in excess of $15 trillion over the next 10 years. The travel industry pays its professionals up to 70 to 80% commission on the travel that they book for themselves and their clients. As a travel business owner, Tanya books travel and teaches others how to own and operate their own travel business. She is a director in training on the marketing side of her business, where she has helped over 90 families start their own businesses. If you're interested in owning your own travel business, please contact Tanya at 917-743-1199 or at ladytlc3555@me.com.
Okay, here we are. We're back from commercial, and with us from Franklin, Tennessee today, we have Lena Paige. Thanks for joining us, Lena.
Hi, everybody. Thank you for having me on, Paul.
Yeah, no problem. We're glad to have you here today. I'm sure you always wanted to be an artist since you were little. Maybe it goes deeper than that, but tell us the story about how you decided you wanted to be an artist.
Well, I was about 3 years old, and my mom entered me into a talent competition, and I sang "Coat of Many Colors" by Dolly Parton. So I started kind of just doing things. My mom was a prolific songwriter. She wrote so many songs, and so when I was 15, I came home from school one day, and she said, "Hey, I need you to help me finish writing this song." And I was like, she doesn't need any help writing any song. She's like so incredible. So I sat down with her and I thought, you know what? I can improve on this song. So we ended up writing that song together. That was Roses in December. So Roses in December was the title track to the first album. And we loved it. That's how we got started. We started writing together then when I was 15. So then I just did backup vocals for her. I don't know why, but I was never really a solo artist. At first, I was a backup vocalist. So I did a lot of backup vocals for a lot of people. Through the years, I started just doing backup vocals. And then one day this gentleman came to my house and he said, you know what? You need to do your stuff. So I started doing my own stuff, and I started writing more and and doing kind of my own, my mom and, our music instead of doing backup vocals for other artists. And I toured and toured internationally as a backup vocalist, and then finally just started writing and collaborating with my mom, and did my album, came to Nashville, hooked up with Kent Wells, who's Dolly Parton's producer, and he produced the first album and the second album, and then which is not out yet, but it's coming. But anyway, so that's kind of how I got started.
Okay. Well, that's quite a story there, and I know you'll have many years ahead of you. So I hope you'll have good luck with that and everything. Well, tell everybody your influences. I mean, I know you mentioned Dolly Parton as one of the first songs you ever did. Is she an influence? Did you have many others?
She really was an influence. I loved her because she was just so real. Even though she says she's fake, she's not. She's just really real, and she doesn't really care about what people think of her. She's just her own person, and that was like very influential to me. And then, oh gosh, I had so many influences. I mean, gosh, everything from the Eagles, anybody that could harmonize. Like, I loved harmony. I love backup vocals. So the Eagles, Diamond Rio, Nitty Gritty Dirt Band, any Lionel Richie, The Temptations, Etta James, anybody that had real vocals and backup vocals and all of that was a huge influence for me. So Bonnie Raitt, I mean, I started loving that stuff in the 90s, but I grew up with traditional old country because my mom wouldn't let us listen to anything else. So then I'd get on the school bus in the morning, and the school bus driver would be playing like, the Rafferty, like Jerry Rafferty, or the Eagles and things like that, Barry Manilow. And so I got a huge variety of songs and artists that I loved, and Al Green, and and then I started listening to Usher and that kind of stuff as that came out. I'm very eclectic in music. I love everything, but my genre that I love to do is traditional country, because I think it's dying, and I want to try to keep it alive as much as possible. And I think people still really love country music. And so I don't want it to fade into history. I want it to just stay with us as long as possible.
Okay. Yeah, you mentioned a lot of great artists there, like Lionel Richie, the Eagles, the list goes on.
Gosh, yeah, a ton.
Very legendary too, Well, after watching this song, they may want to. People watching this might want to get more music from you. Are you on all streaming platforms? Where can we find you? As far as official website goes and social media and all that, tell everybody how they can find you.
Well, I do have to say about this song in particular, Ronnie Millsap. So I was saving him kind of to the end. He was a major influence for our family growing up. We listened to Ronnie all the time. And and the harmonies in his songs and his lead vocals are just so strong. And so then when I was at home one day, a friend came over, Yogi Millsap, and she is Ronnie's daughter-in-law. And she said, I love this song that Ronnie cut, but he never did anything with it. It didn't really go anywhere because he was probably promoting one of his 60 number one hits at the time. And so she said, I want you to cut it. So we reached out to the writers. I did not write this song. I wish I had. It's incredible. The lyrics are amazing. And I cut it with Kent Wells, who, like I said, is Dolly Parton's producer, and he was really happy to do it. He wanted to. And I love this song. So the song is Civil War, and you can find it on iTunes, Pandora, Spotify, Deezer, like all of the platforms. And And then my Facebook is now Lena Paige Music. It was originally Lena Paige, but you know how Facebook works. They, you know, you got a good thing going and all of a sudden they shut it down for no reason. It was just so disheartening. So I've had to start completely over on my social media as Lena Paige Music. And that's on Facebook and Instagram. So all of those.
Okay, and you've got other songs on there as well on streaming media, right?
I do. I have a couple other singles that I released. If Rain Were Whiskey is a song I wrote here in Franklin, Tennessee.
Mm-hmm.
And then I wrote You Ain't No Match right here in Franklin, Tennessee. And unfortunately, my mom passed away in November. So I lost my co-writer and my major. She was really my major influence, my mom. And so losing her was really hard. So I'm trying to find a new co-writer that I really can, you know, connect with. So that I'm on a mission on that.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, check her out on all streaming platforms and Facebook and so on. I know she would love you for that.
Would
And
love it.
is there a real story behind this song? I mean, it might have a hidden meaning, but we would love to hear the story behind it.
You know, I'm not really sure about the story because I didn't write it. But I did talk to Carol Chase, and who was a writer on it, and I talked to Cindy Richardson, who was a writer on it, and both of them gave me their blessing and said, we loved writing this song, and we loved that Ronnie cut it, but we love it that you're cutting it, and we want you to just take it to the moon. And so I was like, I'll do my best. I think that it needs to be heard. I truly believe people will love it. It touches on every level of every kind of relationship. And yet here I am in Franklin, Tennessee, which is, by the way, the battlefield where the Civil War happened. I live like literally on the battlefield. And so I really relate to this song. And I think even though you could live in Fiji or South Africa or Australia, New Zealand, wherever, I think that the song resonates with everyone just because of the lyrics. It's incredible. I love it. And I'm very honored to cut it.
Okay, well, it is a great song. I was just listening to it again a little while ago. It's such a great song. I know everybody out there that's watching us right now, I know you'll love it too. And we're going to get to that in a second. But Lena, I think that's all the time we have for now anyway. But come back anytime you want to plug something new. Maybe we'll have you back on sometime.
Awesome. Thank you, Paul. Thank you, everybody.
Okay, and here it is, Civil War by Lena Paige. It begins right now.
It's another day, blue and gray, since we made our home a battleground. We've drawn the line. You're on the north side for now. The south side bedroom's mine. Well, it's sister against brother, friend against lover. Sad to say, but pride's a tie that binds. Tell me, what are we fighting for? Nobody's gonna win this Civil War. The state of our union is one of confusion. We're throwing words like raging cannonballs, and there's no mistaking, it's our own lives we're taking. We've let our hearts become stone walls, and we'll never surrender. So we might as well just stand here and declare our independence once and for all. Tell me, where once stood pillars of strength, only ashes remain. Oh, it's sister against brother, friend against lover. Who'd have thought forever would end this way? Oh, tell me, what are we fighting for? Nobody's gonna win this civil war. Ah, tell me, what are we fighting for? Nobody's gonna win